This is Judge Elisa Perez resuming the criminal docket for the 210 District Court for July 6, 2023. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all emergency orders and directives regarding COVID-19. In addition to that, we're streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Calling cause number 2022-0D04678, State of Texas versus Ileana Ortiz. May I have announcements, please?
Ileana Elizalde, covering for Preston Munson BPU. State is ready.
Mr. Marufo, have you been able to make any contact with the attorney Elia Garcia?
No, Judge, I called at 10:21 and left a message. I also reached out at 10:30, but did not leave a message at that time. And no answer, Judge.
Miss, and the client, I understood that Miss Ortiz checked in yesterday with you.
Correct, Judge. Ms. Ortiz checked in Monday at 9:53 a.m. via Zoom.
And so let me ask either Ms. Hernandez, Ms. Welch, can you tell me if the court settings have, oh, we don't have, okay. We don't have a waiver of arraignment yet, and we are set for trial. I need you all, if you would please confirm a couple of things. If you can do it real time, great. If not, we'll take a break. Is if the settings, the court settings have been opened by the attorney. I do see here, Mrs. Hernandez, that there has been no waiver of arraignment filed with the court, and we are set for trial. I do not see any pending motions. Ms. Welch, if you can confirm for me, basically, I see an entry of an appearance, and we are now set for trial. Ms. Elizalde, what is the rec in this case?
Your Honor, the recommendation is 5 deferred. And I did want to pass along a message to the court from the assigned attorney that he has no contact with the defense attorney, and therefore less than 3 days out from trial, we're not sure where we stand.
Are you has the state attempted to make contacts with Ms. Garcia?
Your Honor, that I would not be able to provide an answer to.
Okay, so maybe I'm misunderstanding. What is the representation that you're conveying from Mr. Munson?
No contact with defense attorney, and the state is not ready due to no contact with the defense attorney.
Judge,
Yes, ma'am.
also on May 1st, a follow-up email was sent to the attorney requesting the waiver of arraignment without any response.
Would you make sure and get that filed as part of the court record in this case, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Judge, may I?
Uh-huh.
On your question for May 2nd, Judge,
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Garcia did not show up either. Her client did call that Monday to check in. I also left a message at 9:12 that day.
Okay, well, let's go backwards. How about on the March 28th? I'm beginning to wonder if Ms. Elizalde has ever shown up on this case.
Your Honor, Mr. Munson just walked in, and he's right behind me. He can indicate what attempts he's made to contact the defense attorney.
Thank you.
Judge, I have tried to contact Miss Elia Garcia a few times via the cell phone that we have listed on, or the phone number that we have listed on portal, and we just I haven't heard anything back.
Okay. All right. And I guess the last thing I'm asking about is the court settings to make sure that they were open.
Judge, her original arraignment packet was sent November 8th, 2022, which
Mhm.
included the court settings. She hasn't filed them back.
Okay. I guess one last thing, is there any vacation certificates or any other kind of notice that has been filed either with the court or COJ regarding her unavailability?
I'll check the binder, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go ahead and recess on this case. We will wait for Ms. Elizalde until about 11:30. And if not, we'll set a hearing on notice to show cause why she's not appearing.
Sorry, Judge, did you mean to say Ms. Garcia?
Oh yeah, who did I say? Ms. Elizalde?
Yes. I'm here.
Okay, so let's move on. I saw Mr. Parra and I know he had, I think it was Ms. Buenrostro.
Bottom of page 4, Judge.
Mhm.
In cause number 2021-0D0-2026 and 2021-0D0-2943 and 2023-0D0-1108, State of Texas versus Sylvia Maria Buenrostro. Announcement of counsel, please.
Liliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Manuel Parra from Buenrostro. Good morning.
Good morning. We're set for probation status hearings and a judges conference. Last I remember, I thought she just wanted a trial on the new case, and then, you know, we would look at the probation cases. Has something changed?
No, Your Honor, and she remains in custody, Judge. I know at our last bond hearing in April, we had a bond denial, but depending on what offers we're looking at, we might be requesting another bond hearing.
Has there been a change in any offers? I don't recall what the last offer was.
So Judge, I did review the probation report and we want to go the bond hearing route. That's fine. There was substantial non-reporting. And from my understanding, reading that probation report, there's some mental health concerns that were going to be addressed. Additionally, you know, at the last hearing I had said inpatient or revocation, but I was surprised to see that the report had what appears to be some kind of plan. So if we could talk to the probation officer, figure out what exactly that's going to be, and then maybe we can talk about modification rather than revocation if the court is open to that. If not, we can. The current recommendation is to revoke for 12 months if she's not serious about getting help.
I don't recall that I saw a plan, so let me go back over here. I remember Ms. Buenrostro. Let me see. And it wouldn't surprise me if there was a more serious mental health concern, but I thought we had tried to go that route. Like she stopped taking her meds, right? When she first got on probation, that was part of the issue. And then I think she started drinking, or I can't remember what she was doing.
And I think the report says she's now complying with her meds. And I think there was a suggestion for inpatient to aliviane. That's my recollection of reading the report. Carla, do you have something different?
And the new case, is it a drug case?
It is
Yeah.
another state judge, which.
Your Honor, ma'am?
Yes,
Your Honor, with Ms. Buenrostro, she was already under the mental health caseload before she hadn't been modified a few weeks after she had pled. And unfortunately, that's when she got rearrested and stopped reporting. Now, to date, she has been assessed through TAP, and her TAP's recommendation, Ms. Buenrostro is to participate. The recommendation is for her to participate in outpatient treatment, along with, referring her back to mental health or EHN and all that. Unfortunately, her Tacoma was closed due to her incarceration. As far as inpatient with aliviane, that would be something that she would have to be released in order for her to be assessed for that participation in inpatient, because she hasn't had any outpatient. And that's why TAP's recommendation is to start off with outpatient.
I have some real concerns about her being compliant on an outpatient basis.
And Your Honor, she is back on meds. By this point, she's been in custody 180 days. Given that there is a plan in place, I think we'd see different results.
What kind of, I don't know, she's
on med.
That is correct. Yeah, she is back on her medication.
I know, but I don't know how comfortable I feel with her getting out and staying on her medication.
And Your Honor, I'm okay with frequent status hearings if you see that fit, or else more frequent reports to the probation department.
you know, my concern, Mr. Parra, would be this. So for example, my idea is, you know, just getting her to that assessment with Aliviane for some type of inpatient environment. You know, for her, like even the prospect that she's being evaluated for inpatient might be like a trigger. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if she thinks she might be headed that way, I'm uncomfortable. Like I feel like we might lose her if that were to be the case. Maybe they don't. Maybe they say no, she doesn't need inpatient. Outpatient's going to be good enough. I just don't know how comfortable I am with doing that. Mr. Parra, how about on the mental health end? I mean, is she okay? Like she's on her meds now and you're not having any issues. You don't have any concerns on the mental health end?
No, Your Honor, I do see a difference, frankly, Judge, in my communications with her at the beginning of the case versus now.
Mhm.
She's in much better, Judge.
Ms. Elizalde, what do you think? I mean, basically that's how we get to the new case, right? She gets off her meds fairly quickly and reverts back to basically, you know, similar behavior. And then of course the drug use.
Your Honor, I also share the same concerns based on the fact that she just didn't show up to any of her, you know, when they say we're okay with outpatient because she's never had outpatient before. Well, yes, because she didn't show up and the meds are being provided in a controlled environment. And so
I feel like just sending her to BHRTC. I mean, I really feel like you know, this lapse in structure. I know that's like a nice way to put, you know, confinement in a sense, but I really feel like she's that much in danger of falling off track. And I don't even know if we send her to BHRTC, like she doesn't just come out and start up again. But she hasn't had any of that type of treatment, right, Carla?
No, Your Honor. She was just placed on probation in October.
And
She
it wasn't
was
very long.
referred- She was referred to get modified for MHI caseload. And she had appointments set with EHN with her caseworker, but along that process is when she was rearrested.
Mr. Parra, I don't think I'm anywhere near any outpatient. So I really think, you know, BHRTC is what I'm looking at. I think she needs something very intense and very structured for a good period of time so that for it to take, do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I need to see something that I think she will. I really think anything outpatient is really setting her up for failure. I feel like she's not going to comply.
I do see what you're saying, Your Honor. That said, I was showing that this is the longest continuous amount of time that she's been in custody. And again, given how long she's been compliant to get on medication, Judge, I would suggest to the court that it has been enough for it to take. And I do think that, again, either frequent status hearings, Judge, or more frequent reporting would give us an idea very early on as to whether or not she was, in fact, any reason to be a concern now after all this.
I feel like she was in custody for a long time on the probation cases. I feel like because they may have had her comped, I thought, at some point. I know I never let her out until she pled back then. And she literally, you know, even with the mental health screening and being on that caseload, let me go back and see. Yeah, she was in 474 days. And she came out and immediately, you know, I say immediately, it was probably a matter of a couple of months, just went right back.
I miss that, Judge.
Yeah. I'm going to reset her. Well, she's already got settings for July. We need to get her screened for BHRTC. I don't know if we need to screen her, if I can just order it and we get it going. I just assume yes, Carla. That's where I am, Mr. Parra. I'm happy to give you time to discuss that with her. Maybe you say, okay, well, no, let's take our trial and we'll go from there. But you know as well as I do that the more we delay on getting that order, the longer it takes to place her. And that is, we're already talking about multiple weeks there as well. So I'll take my cue from you on how you want to do this.
Judge, I'm not sure if we can start screening her just in case, and I'll have that
Happy to
conversation.
do it. Happy to do it. Mm,
I will note, Judge, that even if the new case goes to trial is not successful, we still have her on technical violations, even if we
Right.
have.
right. I hear you.
Your Honor. And just to remind the court, she has been assessed, the process is, it starts off with TAP, obviously.
Right.
And due to her not having anything prior, that's what TAP is suggesting, to start off with a supportive. However, if the court is ordering BHRTC, that is a court's order, and we can proceed with BHRTC. But we do need to take care of the pending case.
Uh-huh.
She would either have to PR bond and get out on that particular case, or we would have to dispose of the case. And if I may ask the court, if we were to go that route with BHRTC, if we could schedule her next hearing on a Tuesday jail slot,
Mm-hmm.
so that she can sign the required paperwork.
Mhm.
If that would be okay for me. Just
What is the new case? Okay, thank you, Jasmine, as well. Yes, for that new case thing. I don't know if Miss Elizalde, you want to come up with a rec. I don't know if there's something, I mean, I think the new case is pretty straightforward. I don't know if you want to consider dismissing that one.
Well, that,
If she goes to BHRTC, I mean, it's just another state jail, right?
yeah, and that's what I was going to say. If she's willing to accept a modification to BHRTC, letting the state know there's a real commitment to work things out, I'm more than happy to work to that end and get rid of that new state jail felony. And that's, I think, in the best interest of your client, considering we still have technicals.
I think we'll likely end up going that route, Your Honor.
Let me change then for now, that July 18th setting to 3 p.m. So all of those cases should be set on July 18th at 9 a.m. Now we'll set them for 3 p.m. because if we're there, Mr. Parra, at a dismissal on the new case, modification on the two old cases, we'll do it at that slot. That, well, we won't even need it because we're just modifying her. What am I talking about? Okay.
Okay.
Ándale pues. All right, thank you for your assistance. I know this one's some work. All right, so if we're good to go, Mr. Parra, do you have anything else?
No, Your Honor, not until this afternoon.
Okay, let's get to the last final hearing plea deadline. Thank you, Mr. Parra.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Elizalde. Thank you. Ms. Pineda.
In cause number 2022-0D04678, State of Texas versus Ileana Ortiz. Announcement of counsel, please.
Eliana Elizalde, covering for BPU. State is ready.
Attorney Elia Garcia on behalf of Ms.
We are set for a final hearing plea deadline. Before I ask the state for the rec, which I already have, Ms. Garcia, having some real concerns here. We have not been able to get responses or get you to show up for hearings on this case. I have you as a no-show for the previous setting. And that's actually, as far as I looked, was the May 2nd setting. I haven't received the initial settings back from you to include a waiver of arraignment. And the state has represented that they have been unable to get in contact with you to negotiate. Is Mr. Munson there, Ms. Elizalde?
I am asking him to log on, Your Honor.
Judge, I received 2 phone calls from the DA's office this morning, but I wasn't sure if it was concerning this case or another case that I have pending tomorrow. I didn't get a voicemail, so I wasn't sure who was calling. I just know that it was the DA's office because their number popped up on my on this case. I've been in contact with Ms. Ortiz. She's putting together a character packet. We're gonna lean towards resolving this case, and it's just a matter of negotiating the final details.
Miss Elizalde, Miss Elizalde, I'm gonna get you all confused all day. Elia Garcia and Eliana Elizalde. Ms. Garcia, the state, and we're gonna hear it just from Mr. Munson, has said he has not been able to contact you over the pendency of this case. I have a May 1st email. Is it May 1st? Let me go back. Ms. Hernandez, it was November 18th. We emailed you the court packet with all the documents and you didn't respond. And then I have you as a no-show. What is going on?
I'm working, Your Honor, my plan was to submit the corrected packet along with the waiver of arraignment signed by my client all together since I have an appointment with her pending. I've been in contact with her and she understands the current recommendation on this case.
Ms. Garcia, it's not what I'm asking you. Why were you a no-show on May 2nd?
I must have miscalendared that, Judge, because I don't have that on my calendar.
Well, if you haven't returned the packet with the settings, I can imagine why. Do you have the packet with the settings, the waiver of arraignment?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Are you ready for trial on Friday?
No, Judge, I'm not.
Ms. Garcia, you know, I'm not one to nitpick when my staff does not alert me to an attorney's non-appearance. It is what it is, but it brings me a lot of concern. Your client is checking in, but not you, and you're not responding to the state, and we're at trial. There's no motions here. There's nothing. I don't know if, did you come in at 2801s? Do you have her down on February 28th? Was she present?
No,
Ms.
Your Honor.
Garcia, okay, well, here's a big problem. I need to know when these attorneys are not showing up. She has not, you had a pretrial 2801 motions deadline on February 28th and you didn't appear for that. Did you just forget this case, Ms. Garcia? What is going on? This is not.
I do have it on my calendar. I can't recall what happened back in February or March, but I do have the February on my calendar.
So you know of some dates, but not all of them? This really makes no sense. And it, you know, I don't know how effectively you're representing your client if you cannot show up to court.
Yes, Your Honor.
If the state cannot reach you. Mr. Munson, I want to hear about how you mentioned some contacts. She says she had some phone calls just from yesterday, but I want to know, are we talking, have you been here for all of these hearings, Mr. Munson?
I believe I'm not sure if I was here for the last hearing or not, but for most of these hearings, yes.
So for example, on February 28th, the pretrial 2801 motions hearing, did you have a conversation with Ms. Garcia?
I believe we did.
And there were no motions?
I don't believe there were any motions and there's no motions filed.
I see that. This is a problem, Ms. Garcia. If you're not ready for trial, is the plea ready? I mean, your client has checked in.
Yes, Your Honor. I have been in contact. We're not ready to plea right now. If we can set up for a plea in 30 days, I can file a motion for continuance for this Friday, and I can get this case resolved, Your Honor. I do apologize for these no-shows.
So where's Miss Ortiz? Are you able to get her on Zoom right now?
She did check in yesterday to call her, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll wait for you to get her so she can get onto Zoom. For now, we'll take a quick break. Mr. Munson, have you even been able to convey the rec?
So the rec has been on portal since December. It's 5 deferred.
Okay.
Yes, Judge, I talked to Mr. Munson during these hearings about the current rec.
Okay, we'll wait for your client.
Thank
Is
you, Judge.
anybody else ready to go? No? Okay, let's go take care of the in-person.